What's up, Film Jammers? This week I wanted to take a look at what are the best external hard drives to edit high-resolution video. You got some 4K footage, some 6K B-RAW, how about that 12K Blackmagic camera? Yowza! You're gonna need something a little more than standard hard drives to edit all of that resolution. I'm gonna share the hard drives that we've used to edit our films and what's worked best for us. Are you ready to drive hard with some hard drives? Whoa! So a lot of people might think you need a super fancy, high-end Mach 5 computer to edit 4K or 6K footage. But since 2017, most computers have been able to edit high-resolution footage. The bottleneck is actually in the hard drives typically. So even if you had a fast processor but slow hard drives, you wouldn't get too far with that high-res footage. A lot of newer computers still actually have spinning hard drives in them, where you don't get great performance for editing. So before we take a look at external hard drives, make sure that you have an internal solid-state drive in your computer. That's gonna be the first step for making sure that you can edit high resolution. And then for media storage or external hard drives, I'm gonna give you some options that have worked well for us for editing high resolution footage. With no proxies, you say? Haven't edited a proxy since 2017. For editing 4K footage, there are two ways you can go that I recommend. Solid state drives, SSDs, which are small, they perform great, and they're mobile, but they're really pricey. Or hard disk drive RAIDs, which are spinning drives, typically 7,200 RPMs set up in a RAID configuration. Either of these two options work well, in my experience, when editing high resolution video. The first option, the hard disk drive RAID, is the most cost-effective way to edit 4K and higher resolution video. A hard disk RAID is basically two or more standard spinning hard drives RAIDed together in a RAID 0 configuration. This essentially doubles each hard drive speed when they're RAIDed together. For my last feature film, I used the G Technology G-RAID 12TB hard drive, which has two 7,200 RPM spinning hard drives set up in RAID 0. This gave us 12 terabytes of space for $779, and we were editing the movie in 4K. With this setup, the G-RAID gave us a data transfer rate of 440 megabytes per second, which isn't the highest speed, but it was enough for us to edit 4K and 6K footage in Premiere Pro. I always try to keep the price per terabyte in mind when I'm buying hard drives. The cost per terabyte of the G-RAID 12TB setup is $65 per terabyte, which is a pretty good cost-performance ratio of a high-performing drive. Lower cost. A hard disk RAID setup will typically cost quite a bit less than solid-state drives. Daisy chaining ability. What I like specifically about the G-RAID drives is that they have two Thunderbolt ports so you can daisy chain other drives or devices. This comes in particularly handy because my iMac only has two Thunderbolt 3 ports, so I can expand them ports. Come on, give us more ports and more starboards. Tim Cook, more ports, more starboards. That's a ship worth sailing. Higher capacities are available. The G-RAIDs go all the way up to 36 terabytes, which is essentially enough to put an entire movie on one drive. To me, that's a big benefit where you're not carrying around, say, 20 different 2 terabyte drives to carry your movie. It's like, how many ports you got there? Not made for portability. Hard disk RAIDs are not really portable like smaller SSD drives are. They're much larger and they require a separate plug for power, but they are my go-to when I'm editing in my studio. Higher failure rate. They are still spinning disk drives, so they have a higher rate of failure than SSDs.
Remember, kids, always back up your footage and then back it up again and then back up your backup and then bring it to grandma's house.
The second option for editing 4K and higher resolution video footage are SSDs, or solid state drives. These drives are super compact and they're great for transporting footage from set back to the studio. Legend has it, they even fit in your trouser pocket. speed, solid-state drives are even faster than most standard spinning disk RAIDs. Most SSDs have a transfer speed of at least 550 megabytes per second, and the high-performance ones like the SanDisk Extreme Pro top 1,000 megabytes per second, which is more than double the speed of the G-RAID. Great googly moogly, that's fast. Reliability. Solid-state drives have less moving parts than standard spinning disk drives, so naturally they're less prone to failure. Less crashes means Christians a happy editor. Edit. Bus powered. Unlike G-RAIDs, which need wall power to function, SSD drives are bus powered through the computer. Less cables means more mobile friendly. Cute. Plus, they're really cute, aren't they? Hey, Mr. SSD, you want to go for a walk or something? Okay, Christian, yeah, that sounds funny. You're a funny guy. That's so cool, too. Wow, let's go edit some stuff. Capacity. External solid-state drives don't come in high capacity yet. Typically, most of them max out at 2 terabytes and 4 terabytes. So you'll potentially need a lot of hard drives to store one large project. Only one port. The SSDs that I've used only have one port, so there's no daisy chaining extra drives or devices with them. Cost. These little suckers cost $300 for a 2 terabyte drive, or about $150 per terabyte, which is almost 3 times the cost of a standard spinning G-RAID drive.
What are you doing spending all that money, Christian? I hate you so.
What's that, Mr. Wallet?
What are you doing spending all that money, you stupid face, you stupid Christian? You're so
I'm sorry, Mr. Wallet.
I hate you so stupid. I don't have any money.
The solid-state drives that we've used and recommend for high-resolution video editing are the Western Digital My Passport drive, the SanDisk Extreme Pro drive, and the Samsung T5 or T7 drives. All of these drives are currently around $80 for 500 gigabytes, $170 for 1 terabyte, or $300 for 2 terabytes, though prices do seem to fluctuate a bit month to month. So overall with the G-RAID spinning drives, you're paying about $65 per terabyte, whereas with the SSDs, you're paying about $150 per terabyte. So you have to decide, are the extra benefits of the SSDs worth it to you? Personally, I think a combination of both makes the best workflow. I'll typically copy my footage first to my SSDs in the field, and then when I get back to the studio, I'll back it up to the G-RAIDs. I then make a third backup to a cheaper spinning drive at home. So there's always 3 copies of my footage until my project's done. And sometimes I'll ship one off to Aunt Lucy so she could check it out too. If you're looking to edit some 4K footage or higher resolution, either of these options should work well. And we have links below for you if you want to check them out. Peruse the Amazon links, add them to your Christmas list.
All I want for Christmas is you.
All right, I'm Christian with Film Jams. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and always back up your... Wait, did we back up this footage?
Trim the tree, deck the halls, hang the mistletoe.
That's how I edit. That might be stupid. Sounded good when I was writing it. Wait, was it not in focus before?
I hate this section. God it. I hate this section.